Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. As usual, as soon as we start this program, you can pick up your telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything: politics, religion, socioeconomic issues. We must never forget Haiti. Even if it's to listen to the song, Haiti, I'm Sorry. We have a situation in Haiti that is deteriorating, particularly in some areas of the poverty-stricken block in Haiti. Sometimes I believe the Caribbean is like two beautiful bouquets of flowers. One of them we like to walk around with and cherish. And one of them, Caribbean leaders, they do the utmost to ignore, is Haiti. My friend reminded me that Haiti have over 12 million people, and the Caribbean have over 20 million people. Haiti have a long history, and I guess most countries are fed up with Haiti. They get fatigued, they burn. United States maybe still is the one perhaps to give full support to a mission in Haiti. No one seems to know what is the answer, and Caribbean countries perhaps should take the leading role to try to bring some relief and stability to Haiti. And you know, Venezuela have an issue with Guyana. And in Grenada here, we have a lot of issues. Yesterday we had parliament, and the government went in to make legislation, make laws. And one of them, in my opinion, is legalizing illegality. The government has used the procurement legislation. They have flaunted it. They have given out contracts far beyond $15,000. They flaunt it with impunity. And now they want to legalize the illegality. These are issues that will not go away. We will continue to speak about it. The government also decide to commercialize or sell GDB Bank. The ministers have plundered GBD Bank, the Grenada Development Bank, with a voracious appetite. It is the first time I know in the history of Grenada that ministers, over 3 or 4 ministers, or 1/3 of the parliamentarians on the NDC side, have plundered the bank and take several $1 million from it in less than 2 years. Individuals that it is rumored was unable to get a loan from the commercial bank. Some of them bankrupt. We have also hearing that there are instances where they sell that which they put forward to the bank for security. They sold it already. So it seems as though the answer is to commercialize the bank. It's difficult, very difficult to understand. I hope this is Holy Week and Holy Wednesday. In some part, they call it Great Wednesday. Some call it Spy Wednesday. It seems that is the time when Judas was bargaining with those who were set out to betray Jesus. Some call it Good Wednesday. So this is Holy Week. We're practically in the middle of the week. Tomorrow is Holy Thursday, and you have the washing of the feet. A great act of humility in Christendom. You remember, I think it was George Bush that an individual pelted 2 shoes at in Iraq. Great insult for somebody to take out a shoe and throw it at you. It was a great, great insult. You remember somewhere Christ tell them to shake even the dust from their foot. And these people had a culture of washing the feet before you enter the house. Some well-off people had different baths. So some poor people, without recognition, might have used a different bath from others. So washing of the feet is always a great act of humility when it is done by leadership. And that act was to teach the disciples, you come to serve, not to be served. It is also a principle that was used in politics extensively over the years. So in the Caribbean, our politicians, most of our good politicians, didn't start up rich or didn't end up rich. Some of them, while they're in government, they use the opportunities and invest. But we have not known in the Caribbean to have very many politicians that we could have accused for amassing large sums at the expense of the people. In this modern day in Grenada, we have a different breed of individual. They're greedy. They prey on the weak, disadvantaged children, the elderly, the people in the lower income group, the caregivers, the imanis, the estate workers. And now they continue to take advantage on the vendors. What is so sad and unfortunate, the government seems to get a kicks out of torturing these people before they go after them. Why do I say that? They told the manis that they're going to make them permanent. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, you there? Welcome. We lost the caller. They told the manis they're going to make them permanent. They set them up. And then they rip them off. The people who were working and didn't have a contract, they told them, they excited them. They said the banks is going to give you a loan if you have permanent jobs. And then they fire some of them. And they did not make them permanent. They went to Grand Bay Estate and encouraged the people there and tell them the estate is targeted for weed. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Good afternoon, dear listeners. Mr. Pierre, two things shortly. Listening to this course, I just want to say sympathies to all the families that would have lost their houses yesterday. I mean, it's unfortunate that all these families had to be displaced. And I was given a little kudos to the minister. At least he went there and showed his face and a little compassion and things like that, right? And he tried the best to help us. But you know what is alarming to me, Mr. Pierre? Is we, the Grenadian people, how we are so politically blinded and we play what I call identity politics to put this thing in the politics line. I listened to our program this morning, Mr. Pierre, and do you know that we as Grenadians will call a program and try to make this thing look like, okay, because those houses were too close together, that's the reason why the ball no. And when houses get close together, it's a sign of poverty. And you know, that is such a norm to me to think. Because you telling me that because the houses are close together, that is not all going. So I want to know if these people are making these kind of remarks and have this kind of thinking in their head. If they never go abroad and live, if they never go in Manhattan, if they never go to New York, if they never go to China. Because these places that have what I call complex buildings at each other, and many people live there and these people live in poverty because the rent on these buildings is a lot of, right? So, I mean, I was rather shocked this morning when I hear that. I mean, that is the mentality that we have. And listen to the callers. I listen to those same callers on the different program, so I know where they're coming from, right? They're trying to say that it's poverty that other people. I mean, come on. This is something that happened. Accidents happen. Place burn. It happened in town. It happened in Grenadian. It happened all over the world. Places burn up, right? Come on. Secondly, Mr. Pierre, I have been noticing lately that if you look around the world, you will see more female politicians rising. And you know, I also look back at greater politics and the last election, and I watched the NDC side and the NMP side, right? And during the NMP time, the last NMP reign of 10 years or more, I would have seen in excess of 8 women or 7 women sitting in parliament as ministers. In comparison to the last election that the NDC ran, they ran at least 4 men, right? I would like to see, in my view, I would like to see more females because, to me, I believe we will be better off with compassion, rational thinking. I think that this thing about greed and gluttony, that'll be a thing of the past. Because I listened to the Minister of Finance yesterday making some remarks and some comments about where they will find money and where they will do this and where they will get from. But Mr. Minister of Finance, you get yourself a $7,000 increase. Where you get the money from? They give you 30 ministers or your 14 members of parliament who are ministers. Where you get the money from? You understand? And Mr. Pierre, this is the kind of thing that is getting angry when people not seeing.
You don't need to get angry. Don't get angry.
Well, he does give me kind of.
Yeah, don't get angry. If you want to seriously discuss Grenada politics and put it in spotlight, don't get angry.
But my God, these people they have to calm down with it because they make themselves some people like hypocrites. And I ask you, to the NFP party, I will say to you guys, educate your members or your people that want to be members of your party. Tell them how to become members of your party. Tell them what is a general council. Tell them what is a British meeting. Tell them what is a convention. Because a lot of people don't know what you have to go through for all these things. You cannot go to a convention and vote in a party convention if you're not a member of the party. If you have to be a member of the party, you have to be a paying member of the party. All these little things, I would like the chief leads now, the leader of the party, the opposition leader, please, when you have any meetings, edify the people. Because a lot of them doesn't know. A lot of people, when I have discussions with people, and they tell me they never knew that. Because you don't know that you have to get a member. There are certain things that you need to know. So at least people will have an idea of what they have to do, and to get involved and make sure they have a change again. It's a Pierre, good afternoon.
Yeah, you make a lot of points. I'm going to take one and respond to it. Where people believe that if you're living close together, you're living in poverty, and you rightly alluded to people who live in apartment blocks in the United States of America, and etc. In Grenada here, we have a lot of poor people playing the rich. Now, Grenada class structure is different from a lot of other countries. So you could have family members from the same house, and one of them believe they're better than the others. It's a strange thing. Now, if you're making less than $3,000 a month, you're poor. I don't care whether you're working in Hubbard's, Huggins, Ministry of Government, the offshore banking. Once your income is $3,000 and less, you're poor, you're vulnerable, and you need help. Now, some people making $3,000 a month and they have 4 children, and they have their grandmother and aunt. So they would be in a worse economic situation than a young man who making $3,000. But he might have a car. He poor. Can't maintain the car. There are instances where a woman is making $3,000 a month. She have a car. She poor. She can't maintain the car. I'm not speaking about individuals who brothers sending money for them from Western Union, so your income is more than $3,000. So a lot of Grenadians is poor, but they're pretending they're rich. They're playing heavyweight. If you have 2 gold chains around your neck, but you save up to buy it, and you're making less than $3,000 a month, you poor. This is based upon government-owned statistics. That is why, if you're making $3,000 or less, government don't charge you personal income tax. You're not making enough money to live. If you're making $1,000 a month, you might be the destitute poor. You poor, destitute poor. So some Grenadians must understand that. I meet some Grenadians, they have a gold chain around their neck, the roof on the house falling, and they're playing heavyweight. Maybe they're walking with a brand name shoe. They can't even pay for basic amenities, but they're pretending they're rich. And that is why the NDC was supposed to is able to make all these inroads in Grenada. Because you have people that are poor, but they're pretending they have money. You're not no heavyweight economically. Some people making $3,000 a month, but their parents supporting them. They don't pay any electricity, telephone, and water bill home. So when you see them with a car, the parents picking up the tabs. If your income, your total income, I ain't talking about somebody give you gift, is under $3,000 a month, particularly if you have children or dependent family members, you poor, you need help. So we have to get these people to stop that. Too much of Grenadians living above their means. If you see a young woman or a young man have a car and they're making over $3,000 a month, remember, that car doesn't bring in a source of income. If they're wise, they will run taxi in the night to alleviate the stress that the transport market have. In the United States of America, ordinary Grenadians going and pull bull with a car. But a Grenadian have a car, he would not hustle with it. He pretending he have money. He poor. So some of these individuals with cars and van go and hustle in the night and bring passengers. That would help you. That is the kind of malady we have in this country. We have individuals going to school, poor people. The parents is poor, but they're looking rich. Because they're not working. They're not helping the parents. They're not helping the parents in their business, in their land. And they walk in the road as if they're rich. You don't have to believe me when I speak, Look from St. Patrick's to St. Andrews, Victoria and Guave, St. David's. Look in the local shops, local business, and see how much children you see. Some children go to National College. They say they do business management. They like to do business and psychology and business management. But the parents have business. They're not helping them in it. They could make a contribution and develop. That is why generation wealth is so scarce. We're living above we means. Over the last 10, 15 years, we doubled the amount of vehicles we own in this country. I think we have about 58,000 vehicles registered. 110,000 people. Over 40-something thousand landowners. But you can't get seasoned pepper in the shop. Time scarce. Because the occupants of the home is not using the land to the maximum. They're showing off. Walking the road and playing down. And they poor. And the National Democratic Congress is like a vulture. They prey on them. Rather than encouraging the children who come from school, what you going to do POA and POB and commerce and economics for if you can practice it in your own home? Nothing. And that is why we keep our country in poverty. And the government behaving the same way. They want to live exorbitant, extravagant lifestyle. The ministers living above their means. That's why they're flying all over the world and preying on government coffers. They're using the GDP bank as a supermarket. They remove money from the elderly, disadvantaged children, the marginalized, for the government to get more money. They give the ministers an additional $10,000. They say that is if you have to give somebody a snow ice or not. That is the most corrupt government post-1967. They're going to kill the process of people volunteering to help. They are not helping our country. If they continue like that, they're going to put the economy in free fall. And the next government that come will have to invite the IMF. And we have to make sacrifices. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good day.
Yes, caller.
Where's and the agriculture thing there? When the government knew they take office, man, I see they run come, they organize a few gang to go out into cutlass people land. That even last a good month and that program crash. And only people land woods they work. I know by wrong by me, they see they work some woods for a few people there. Right now, he come back into forest now. Yeah, man, they clear up all the land, the cocoa and the cocoa bag, you don't pick a cocoa up for the season there. All the cocoa stay on the tree and spoil it. And the genuine farmers are getting no help. It's only party supporters and sympathizers are they helping. But I was no, I understand how to come up with a jacket and tie policy again in agriculture. Only jacket and tie and old talk. I tell you that I don't longer hold on to that thing on them, man. If you come, reality, come down on the ground and show that you're willing to. Only jacket and tie and old talk alone coming with it. Jacket and tie agriculture is done, and you don't get in a youth to go work for 5 or 6 hours in the bush for $60. Wait, you don't get that no way. When it's $60, they may just get 2 pounds and they run. They no longer do that. So this year they just spin it up in Modi. So take him up here. Have a good day.
Yes, scholar, the NDC have the worst track record in Grenada where agriculture is concerned. The worst track record. The NDC has been very good on propaganda and giving people the impression they're high and mighty or they're smart. But every time they were put to the test, they failed miserably. But people like old talk and brango. So we fall for it every time. Remember what they did in 1990. Remember what they did in 2008, 2013. This period is the worst. But that is the NDC. I don't expect much from them. I pray that they surprise me and do something good. And I have been advising them. Some areas they could go after and make impact. But they head hard as Google Lame. And they're so preoccupied with satisfying themselves with greed. You didn't hear the Minister of Agriculture? Lunatics and idiot. You didn't hear the Minister of Health? Mad black woman. You didn't hear the Prime Minister? Beggy. The Minister of Legal Affairs? Greedy and needy. And she wants to shoot somebody, behaving as a teenager. But remember, Andy say, me and CJ, we come up with a project for you. We go build a 2-story building to put on you. I listened to the response. It wasn't too hearty. It doesn't seem, the people were suspicious. And then they gave them machine gun action. 28 days to move. What do you expect from NDC? They have been a disappointment of grandiose proportion. I don't think they could do better. Remember, it's the same group that end up cutting on Belvedere nutmeg. It's the same group that fired the workers in the MNIB, and some of them don't get money yet. This is what we have. As long as we don't make ourselves more knowledgeable about the policies of government, you cannot, if you cannot help yourself, how you could go in politics to help people? You never own a job. You bankrupt. You can't pay your bill. You beating your wife busting your head. What you go in politics for? You can't help yourself. But you could sweet talk and produce a quantity of lies. And Grenadians fall for it. I've always said that we deserve the leaders we have. We deserve the leaders we have. And we have to start to believe that we could address the problems that we have. the problems in Grenada, we could address them. We have to come and sit down and address the problem. When you speak about Deacon, people say you don't like Deacon, as if Deacon is some woman for you to like him. This is not about like or hate. This is about the policy of the government. Deacon Mitchell, based upon the fact that he's the Prime Minister of Grenada, is the chief shepherd. But he is brand new to politics. So you have to study what Deacon say, what he do, to try to determine what he will do. He is not a Peter David. He is not a Emmeline Pierre. He is not a Nazim Buck. He is not an Oliver Joseph that involved in the process for eternity. So you have seen the mistake, you have seen the flaws. But now you could practically predict what they will do. Deacon came in with a bag of lies. And he continued to tell lies as if there is no tomorrow. In almost every area, when he opens his mouth, he is telling lies. How are you going to predict an individual like that except on his short pass? And people must be aware of that and must be prepared to discuss it. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, brother.
Mr. Pierre, I tell you, you mustn't talk about lies. Because you
caller, you're starting and you're telling me that I must not talk about lies. Why not? Deacon is a young politician and he has buried himself in lying to the Grenadian public.
Yeah,
Even if, and caller, the best thing you could do is to advise Deacon not to tell lies.
Mr. Pierre, the biggest set of lies I ever tell is from you and your party. Because right now you're lying on...
Tell me what did I say that I tell lies? Please tell me what did I say that's a liar.
You say that the government said nothing has been done in this country. And that's a lie.
Caller, what did he say? Then tell us what he said. What did he say?
Nothing much has been done in this country.
Since 1983?
Yes.
Caller, in your opinion, was that statement true?
It is true, because nothing much has been done. Things do, but not much.
Well, let me ask you a question. What you'd have liked to see done in Grenada?
I would like to see a new hospital.
Give me 5 things you'd have liked to see done.
I would have liked to see a new hospital. I would have liked to see one NS contribution, one scheme. No people don't pay, no contributing to nothing, and they're getting me taxpayer money. I would like to see one pension scheme in this country. I would like to see all those schools in this country built. I would like to see the fishing industry produce canned fish and all this kind of thing. There's a lot of things.
Well, I ask you for 5. I don't ask you for a lot. You see, I'm trying to be reasonable.
Nothing more
because, okay, so you, caller, you do not consider what was done from 1983 in Grenada as much?
As much, because the main thing alone, we want a hospital in this country.
You want a hospital or you want a good medical service? Because if you can't pay for doctors now, when you get a new building, would you be able to pay for them?
When you get you're making preparation for that? Well, we don't have to go in and make up a tenant. I want that in my country. This government right now, they put in some propagation station in Maria. Let me say to them.
Caller, you really mean you go talk to me about agriculture? Caller, let me tell you something. Caller, listen to me, let me tell you something. Go and ask the Minister of Agriculture to give account of the machine that he chop up in Maribor. When I tell you NDC is a destructive being, ask them how much good machine they destroy within the last several weeks in Maribor. Caller, ask them that. Yes, go ahead.
The worst government for agriculture in this country. Mr. Pierre, the hurricane passed. Imagine the whole of the not make. The past government then plan back at 3. Thanks that this government are coming on and putting 1 or 2 in the country.
All right, thank you, my
Mr.
brother.
Pierre,
Thank you very much. So that's one of the issues that people don't want to face reality. And if we're going to solve the problems in Grenada, we must stick with the truth. We must have people discussing the truth. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, my brother.
This gentleman seems to be sick, you know.
But I think he's just propagating his position.
Mr.
You know?
The gentleman is sick.
No. I think he's propagating his
gentleman said
position.
that we didn't be
What
on
we
the
could do is to point out some things that has been done so he could investigate.
All right. The gentleman said that we didn't build a new hospital. The NMP don't build no hospital. They don't build a new hospital. We want a new
He
hospital.
didn't say they didn't build no hospital. He said he want a new hospital.
Well, he said they didn't build a new hospital.
Yes, they didn't build a new hospital. They add to the hospital. He want a brand new hospital in a different place. That is what he considered, because you see that is what Deacon was sold to them. Deacon can't buy Panadol. He can't pay nurse. But Deacon want a new hospital so he go make millions of dollars someday.
But this gentleman tying up people because...
He don't tying up people. Deacon that tying up people.
No,
Deacon...
because I hearing it from him now.
Caller, you don't hear Deacon say he want a new hospital?
I hearing it from the gentleman they know. And that's a lie. He lying. Right? The minister, the present minister of health said that we cannot pay the doctors. He said because the doctors get in. So when you build a new hospital, what you will pay the doctors with? He had said, not me, you know. The minister said that, you know. The minister said that they haven't finished fix the problems in health yet, you know. Not me had said that, you know. Ask the gentleman, I just tell you that who had said what things.
Well, the gentleman spoke. That is why I just prefer somebody come and either take issue with him and advance facts, advance examples. No, so he could go and research it and learn. Well, because he is advancing the information he have. Yeah, and where he getting the information is from Deacon. Okay, and Deacon lying.
Wherever he getting information,
he getting it from Deacon. Deacon that telling lies.
When he say, well, I hear it from him. When he say that, he is misleading the nation too. He, the gentleman, just misleading the nation because the minister.
Then correct him.
The minister of health was on the air, and the minister of health said that they're not in a position to pay the doctors good salary. Not me, I say it, you know. The minister said, the last minister of agriculture, the one before, tell us that Granby Estate is the first estate they go to plant nutmeg on. Today they go with a team in Granby.
Not nutmeg, weed.
Weed. Plant weed on. Right? And the government call us 5 estates that they have that they will be rehabilitating. And have trainers and what they, and none of them, they didn't talk about weed and none of them. So who fooling who?
The government that is telling lies and the supporters are propagating the lies. So when we are taking issue with a caller that call and saying what the government say, that is why I go after Deacon Mitchell. Well, he is the shepherd that leading the lies in the country.
I'm going after all of them. I hear the words from. When the minister said, I'm going after him. When Deacon said, I'm going after him. When next minister said, I'm going after him. When the gentleman say what is lie, I'm going after him. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so this is Holy Week, and you're still free to call us and educate us about it. Some of you go in church, you're holy more than thou, so we don't know. It is a week that we know based upon. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, just as you. Good afternoon. Go to church. Yeah, you see how Deacon line is up there.
Caller.
It's up there. Did me just talk about the island gas?
Caller.
Yes.
Caller. You have to, when you call on the radio and you make the first point and you attack me, I have a right to answer you. What that does, it dilute the statement you're making after. So make your first point. Caller, listen. Make your most important point, and then give me a blow when you're ready to go. Go ahead. I could take blow, but I'm telling you, if you give me a blow first, I might start to talk and you might forget what you want to say. So make your most important point, and when you finish, you ram a blow on me. Go ahead.
Yes, you hold the points are lying. So the former prime minister who in the position today, he didn't lie to the Grenadian people.
But I said Deacon line.
I say, can you tell me a lot of lies too?
Is it true? Is it true that Deacon is telling lies? Is it true, caller, that Deacon is telling?
What I'm coming with.
Well, that's what I tell you. You tie up yourself.
No. You want to tie me up. Because sometimes it's something good I coming with, and you might want to hear it.
If you come first and you attack me, and I have a right to defend myself. So that's why I tell you, attack me when you go in.
Not in this way.
So tell me,
you talk about church.
Well, let me remind you. I said Deacon telling lies. I've said that repeatedly. Caller, listen.
The former opposition to the tell a lot of lies. The island gas. Can you remember? He talked about a helicopter will be taking it to Italian that on Paul's airport or whatever, bring them to Libera, drop out them to Italian day, and maybe time the helicopter gone back for them. That was not a lie. Grenadian plane, they forget history. And where is the train he talk about? He said Grenadian, he will put train here until that time a good NMP friend said to me, culture man, die good no girl. I go reach to work only. I go to work only. You know? Where is it? Where is the train and the helicopter? The former prime minister lie a lot too.
That is one of the challenges, and it bleeds my heart for a lot of members of the NDC. They cannot defend NDC. The NDC ministers have been telling so much lies that all the politicals in the field is hiding. I can't find cousin Danley. Danley always in the rum shop, he had to hide. Comrade Ray now and then throw a little shot, push at me. Brother Willie hiding. The NDC is performing so badly that all the politicos are hiding. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes.
I want to know when Dr. Mitchell ever talked about helicopter in River Park. I want to know when, because I don't follow this since 1995. I want to know when. Because man, that crack is smoking your fight.
Helicopter to take
Mr. Pierre, when Dr. Mitchell mentioned about this oil and gas in Pearl, the man said there are oil and gas deposits in all waters, right? And there is oil and gas water in all waters. Because Freeman Thomas, in 2011, himself, Nazim Buck, Peter David,
where is it, Prado? To Prado?
They make it Obama. These men signed the bomb delimitation. Because, man, are you on crack or something now? Watch me. Right now, the Nazim Buck is the chairman of the Oil and Gas Research Committee. Ask Nazim Buck oil and gas there, because they are oil and gas reported. Jesus Christ, I'm Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, but you see, you have to have some fun. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes.
Yes. I'm laughing because these two comic.
Yeah, but in all fairness, caller, in all fairness to them, all the other NDC hiding you. So my two brothers, I highly appreciate them because
I understand, but
the NDC members hiding, they can't defend Deacon. Deacon embarrass them, you know. Look at what Deacon doing to the vendors. He embarrassed them. Look at what they're saying about the fire in Chantimel. Every time they open their mouth, they're causing embarrassment. So we have to encourage our brothers still to research the information.
Culture man talk about oil and gas. Culture man didn't listen me.
Yeah, but we still have to encourage him to research the information. You know?
You understand? You have to listen. Your prime minister admit there is oil and gas, so keep me don't lie.
Yeah, well, it's difficult to put that in his head.
And the prime minister said he don't know the amount. He even called on Mr. Nazimbok to investigate what I must ask culture man is go and ask the prime minister how far Nazimbok reached in the investigation with the oil and gas.
One of the things you have to understand, he accused me for saying Deacon is lying, but he jumped on Kit. What he need to do is to prove to me that Deacon is not telling more lies than all other leaders put together since 1967. Deacon tell lies to the elderly. Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, you doesn't listen these two callers. Whenever they want to make up, even if they're wrong, you want to correct them, but they're just going on.
But you know, one of the things they are. Let me tell you, let me tell you one of the things they're successful in doing. After they finish speak, callers are not calling and advance facts. They call in and take issue with them. So they may spend they may spend 2 minutes on the phone, and I may already challenge what they say. But then callers call after and dealing with what they say and reinforcing it rather than advancing issues. And that is what we have to try to avoid.
No, I understand, and that is what enough time when they call, I go to come with some facts.
Yeah, we have to do it all the time, you see.
And say anything. They can't call back and say anything again.
The NDC have done a very good job in Grenada in propagating lies. They make it in a lab.
And for long, eh?
They have been very successful to win election in 2008, 2013 with lies and propaganda. They did it in 2023. And why they are successful? 2022 to now. And why they are successful is because the other parties have not educated the people.
And as is true, you make that serious point there, because that is what I was trying to comment now. Last night, I was listening to Talking Points with Mr. Oliver Joseph, and some of the things he said, first time I'm hearing it, and you know what was coming to my mind last night? That we had a bad PR.
Well, we
were not educating.
We are bad PRs.
The NDC came out there and they spilled the venom, and we sit there with the antidote, and we let the NDC poison the minds of the Grenadian people, and we never come out and say anything. So I am blaming all yes.
And Carla, we continue
I'm blaming all of us.
We continue to do it, and that's why I say I put a lot of emphasis on the policies of the government. The government is going to make mistakes. I understand that. You wouldn't hear me making much issue, but on the policy of the government. Because people are supporting a government that does not seek their interests. Yeah. Yes, Carla, thank you.
And the thing is, when they make their mistake, they don't want to recognize that, acknowledge that they make their mistake. You understand?
Yeah.
So what we have to do is to help them when they're making a mistake, to put them back on track. And still, when we try to put them back on track, you will hear they will jump and get on and all that kind of thing. Mr. Pierre, have a good evening.
Thank you, caller. Welcome, caller. Welcome, caller. We lost that caller? Yes, we lost that caller. Remember, we have Holy Week, and we still... Yes, caller, welcome.
So, Pierre,
Yeah.
anytime these two fellas call and I call, I always condemn where it's necessary to condemn them and say, and I give facts to prove where they are wrong. I always do that. I always condemn them and show them where what they say is not true and give the facts.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, go right ahead. We
Hi,
hear you
good
loud and clear.
afternoon. Okay. I was just listening to your program, and I just called to make a point on something that you would have said earlier
Yeah.
pertaining to persons who would go to college and stuff like that to study business. And then
Business
basically,
management,
like
yeah.
they don't. Yes. So what I wanted to say on that one is that yes, there are a lot of people who would have gone to college to study. I myself am one of those persons. I studied business and all of that. But the thing about it is, a lot of the older people, I'm not sure. Well, a lot, probably not. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of them, their mindsets, it's a bit, strange, for lack of a better word. They don't like change. So for example, if they already have businesses and a young person might go to them and give them ideas or an advice, they don't want to take it. You know what I mean? Because they already feel, well, okay, I know it all. What are you trying to come and tell me now? Because I myself have tried that before and that did not work. My family have shops, they have businesses, and I did try to give them advice, but they won't take it from a young person. You know what I mean? And it's the same way that I believe that it's going now in terms of, for example, we have a new, government in office. And, just look at the way that basically they're being treated as young people. The older ones and even other people tend to think that, okay, they don't know what they're about and all of that. But come on, if we are out there just basically bashing them and criticizing every single thing that they do, what do we expect basically? Do you know what I mean? I just might call to mention that because, look at it. Those people who are there living in the houses, for example, in Frequente and all of these places and not paying anything, it's like we're just basically condoning them living freely, whereas I don't see nothing wrong in them actually paying something because this said money could go towards paying doctors and basically enhancing other things in the country and developing it a bit more. Because I've been listening to other programs like Jenny, Simon, and others, and basically they don't want them to actually pay anything. Come on, look at us, for example, as young people. Yes.
Caller, you referring to the housing scheme? The new.
Yes, that's
Caller,
what I'm talking about.
the housing scheme was a specific project for low-income owners. And the government developed a system of rent to own. So you're living in the house and you're paying rent, but the rent you're paying goes towards the capital. Now this government comes in and make a difference. They say you must go in the bank. So automatically, the people who making on a lower income group cannot face the bank. The bank don't want to see them. And because the project was for low income, and because government promised to build 500 houses per parish per year, government could have continued with the rent to own and build the 500 houses and send the people in the bank. So what the government do was wrong.
Well,
they deceived the people.
I would not say that. I would not say that. And I'll tell you why. Because based on what I'm just basically listening to what you would have just said to me, yeah? So based on what you would have just said to me, if that had happened before, why would I then go as a business person or as someone in politics or someone who wants to basically build and develop my country, then go and do the same thing again? Because me doing that, me basically just continuing what was before is me basically, just allowing people to not pay anything because from what I've been following on the news. Well, hello, you were just talking. I'm only answering to what you would have just said. Can I finish my point?
Finish your point.
Okay, so all I'm saying is, right, I quite agree with them going to the bank because if they owe the bank, basically, well, most people know that basically they cannot owe the bank. So they would make or actually put in the extra effort to pay. But if it's the government, they're not going to do it. Look at how much money that the housing authority are saying that, look, people owe 4 point something million, and they're actually not paying that money. And most of them, they were just paying what, 100 and something, 200 and something dollars. Where are you going to get rent and stuff for that kind of money? Do you understand what I mean? There are people who are actually paying mortgages now for 900 and something dollars, 1,000 something. You're telling me low income is not 100 and something? Somebody who we might claim as being poor or whatever, that you're telling me that they cannot pay 100 and something dollars?
All right, thank you, caller, for the contribution.
No problem.
You see, if the NDC government continue like that, you who live in gated communities, they're going to mash up your place. They're going to rob your place. You're going to have increasing violence in the country. Pretty larceny is going to rise up. The government fire over 3,000 people. They're not providing jobs for the unemployed. And the government take the houses away from them while the government is plundering the GDP bank. And if we support that, you see what's going on in Jamaica? You see what's going on in Haiti? You see the amount of crimes in the Caribbean? Grenada is going to come like that. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, yes.
I listened to the previous caller, Mr. Pierre. She seems to be, I don't think she lives in Grenada here. Based on her accent, I don't think she lives in Grenada. However, Mr. Pierre, people tend to believe only in Grenada here, people are looking for handout or hand up. We don't have less fortunate. You go in the great, mighty America, Mr.
11%.
People are in Section 8. Government put them in these buildings to live. These people are collecting food stamps.
Yes, caller, you cut off? Caller, you call back? Caller, you got to call back. Somebody other, we lost you. Please call back. Yes, welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
That lady that speak there, the one before this one I just done talking, tell that woman, the Chinese government build the house for low-income people. Sometimes some of them need not to pay. What they paying and nothing is the same. What she talking about is what Deacon and them spreading. Like if the people have to go in the bank and pay for this set of house. People taking the time and pay, sometimes they pay for 2 months, 3 months, nobody hand bugging them because it's for low income. It's just because they're paying back what the government of Grenada use the money to do. But they're not paying for the house for the Chinese bill. So she must understand what's going on in Grenada. Tell her, talking what she's talking, that's stupid. Say, if I could have cut off,
yeah, no. We can't do that. We have to tolerate one another. We too touchy in Grenada. We can't do that. We have to tolerate one another. Yes, caller, welcome. We have a caller now? Yes, caller, please call back because we miss you. The United States have over 11% of the population living in poverty. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. P, I
Yeah.
listened to a young lady. I presume she's a young lady. She spoke. And she is exactly correct. You give them people $100 and they don't pay it. Over $4 million.
Caller. This is the caller. I don't blame you, That is NDC policy. That is why they say let them starve. Let them pound stone in the river. That is why the NDC fired 31 workers from Grenadian Estate. That is why they fired the Moko workers. Every time in 1990, they fired the workers on the estate. This is NDC policy. I don't blame you. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
If you got the problem as a whole logistic problem, is that a problem of yesterday or last year? No. That problem has been there for a very long time, okay? Because since the time when Mr. Gary, the former the Prime Minister then, who built the housing schemes in Grenadian and River Road and other places, that problem has been there ever so long. Yeah? So the questions we have to ask, that people who are not paying, why they're not paying? Yeah? And try to come up with mechanism to help the people. We just can't say the people don't want to pay. Sometimes the person who go out of the house, right, may not qualified to get a loan. But they are in need of the house. Now, how would you then help that person get that house? Yeah? Just for example, fire took place and burned down about 4 or 5 houses in a Grenville area there, right? Now, these people are in need of the house. They do not have money. I don't know if they have anything of that nature to get it. But they're in need of the house. Now, how have a job? They have no collateral to help them. Yeah? But they need help.
We say let them starve.
People must think broad-mindedly. Yeah, we just not think, because some people may feel you have a U.S. accent, or you live in this big country, you have this big picture in your head, so you send the people to the bank. Some people may not qualify. There are a number of senior citizens who may not
Sometimes
qualify.
because of the age, they're not qualified to go in the bank.
I myself, I'm already 55 years old. So
the bank don't want to see you. The bank don't want to see people like me and you.
Me and you just want, because they would say first thing, all you in your head great already. So
you that just not the bank don't want to see you.
Yeah, so people
so
have to
they must want them to go and live on the street.
No, I mean, sometimes people, what is really hard, probably some people in life, they have not lived or come from a poor background, all right? But I know where I was, so. Yeah? I know where I was. And when you look down to poor people, it's very, very sad.
Caller.
Yeah.
Caller, I think that is a topic we practically have to start a program with, We come to the end of the program, but so much people believe that you should not help these people. I believe we have to really start that program with it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Yes, I believe that maybe we have to have much more discussion on poverty and what we mean by poverty. I've tried to give poverty and vulnerability economic, when I speak about $3,000 as a marginalized. Because if you're owning $1,000 a month, let's suppose a woman owning $1,000 a month with 2-3 children, I don't know what people expect them to do. Or you expect the woman to be a prostitute because she have children and she don't have the support. 60% of our household are led by single women. Between 35 to 60 years, perhaps, is the most vulnerable age for a woman to get a job. And if you believe government should not help them, because that is what the NDC believe in. The NDC says handout. You're making these people lazy. You're giving them money. So the NDC come in power and they cut the social program. And they didn't cut it because of any economic justification. They cut it because of the philosophy. So I believe that is a topic we have to continue to discuss. And we're back with you tomorrow again, the last day for the week, the last day for the month. We're back with you between 12 and 1 for another program of On Target. Thank you very much.